having a wonderful Monday. I'm actually going to start calling these little vlogs Milagros Mondays because milagros, as you know in Spanish, means miracles. And I think that we all could use a little extra and a little extra miracles in our lives on Mondays. I know I tend to want to feel extra something on Monday just to start off my week. So this is going to be a beautiful way for you to start your week, for me to be able to hold space to bring more milagros into your week, more miracles into your week. So whenever you see these vlogs that I intend to put out on Monday, it'll be a nice reminder of just a little lesson that you can take with yourself throughout the week. And this past week, and probably going into this week, the biggest lesson that I believe that I am hearing is to love yourself, to really love myself through the ups and downs of whatever it is that I'm feeling. So many times when we go through emotional processes, we have a tendency to want to push away or shove away the feelings that come up for us. So if they're unpleasant, especially if they're unpleasant feelings, we don't allow ourselves to feel those feelings. We actually tend to want to judge ourselves for having those feelings. And there's this beautiful quote that I heard Iyanla Vanzant say on Oprah's Life Class, which was, buried feelings do not die, they just fester. So instead of us festering our feelings, to really be able to accept and become one with our feelings, and not only that, but give our feelings whatever we're feeling, to be able to love ourselves through that instead of judging ourselves for feeling what we're feeling. So through any kind of healing process or releasing process, whatever that might be for you, there always are parts of that that can be hard for us to see how we can love ourselves through that. So let me give you some examples. For instance, if you are a person who has been in a job for about 25 years, a job that you, in those 25 years, did not like, yes, it provided for your family, but you did not feel like that was your purpose. You did not feel like that's where your calling was, your passion, but you stayed at that job because for 25 years you had a fear that if you left that job, your family would not be provided for. But after all that time, you finally got to a place where you realize that you want to be happy, that you choose your happiness, and now you're willing to let go of that job. It can be easy to find yourself judging yourself or feeling like, why didn't I get this way sooner? How come I didn't choose to let go earlier? Why did it take me so long? So those are all judging thoughts. They're not very loving thoughts. It's not saying, yes, you got there, good for you. You know, it doesn't matter if it took you however long. That's irrelevant, really. The point is, today you're choosing your happiness, and the job that you love is going to present itself, and you will be able to release that other job because you've chosen your happiness. So there's so much to celebrate in that opportunity, and in that process of letting go of something and bringing in something new. But if our tendency is to want to focus on the lack of, why didn't I get here sooner? How come it took me so long? Then we're going to miss out on feeling the love and being able to love yourself through the process. And what happens is you'll block yourself from receiving a miracle because there's no love coming in. Miracles are just natural expressions of love. They occur naturally as we express love here on earth. So in order for the miracle to come naturally, you need to continue to express this love for yourself, even though in that circumstance, in my example, for instance, it might not seem, you might have these other feelings come up. And it's okay if they come up. It's loving yourself through those feelings instead of getting stuck in the guilt of, for instance, not getting there sooner, not being able to let go of that job sooner. There could be another example, like you are a person that has been in a loving relationship for a while now, but you realize that after how many years, let's say 5 years of being in this relationship, your boyfriend, your fiance, whatever, whoever this person is, has become your source of happiness. And you realize that you experience a lot of jealousy around this person because you think that they are the reason why you're happy. It's caused conflict in your relationship. It's causing continuous conflict. Now, maybe because of the time that it's been going on, it's getting a little bit more intense. And now you realize, I don't want to feel this way anymore. I want to release this person to be who they want to be. I want to be who I want to be. And I don't want this fear that this person might leave me and then I'm going to be unhappy. I want to trust that this person loves me as much as I love them. So now that you've chosen to see things differently in that process, there is going to be steps that you're going to take. It's not always going to be easy, and there's going to be a moment-to-moment times where you do maybe experience the fear, and maybe you still have a couple of conversations with that person that don't go so pleasantly. But if you're able to love yourself through that and accept that this is going to be part of your healing now, that it's not going to go overnight to like from fear to completely released. But if you can love yourself through it, the process will be more enjoyable. It'll be a peaceful process. And that's the main thing, because whenever we discover that we've had a fear and now we go into healing, sometimes we want to skip the process and we want to just get there already. I know I felt this with myself, with my own healing, that I feel like, oh, sometimes I feel like I want to just be there already. But it doesn't, it just causes more frustration. It definitely gets me stuck in the guilt of feeling guilty that I'm not there already, instead of being able to love myself through the process of the baby steps of it all. Through today, you did okay. This moment, you did great. This next moment, you chose love, and just keep on loving yourself. And I've noticed the more unconditional love I can actually give to myself. I'm angry about something. Don't judge myself. Just allow myself to be angry. And then I can release whatever I'm feeling a lot easier and have a more peaceful process. So when we're healing, it's our thoughts that happen about our healing, about what we think is wrong with us, that tends to make the process more stressful or more conflicting than it needs to really be. It's when we choose to love ourselves and then we become peaceful with, okay, this is what I'm working on right now, that the process itself can become enjoyable. So your mentality of a means to an end no longer ceases to exist. And that's really what we want, because we want to be present in every moment, allowing the miracles to occur naturally. The miracle occurs naturally when we're present. It occurs naturally when we choose love over fear. So think about it. Think if you're in a situation, one more situation I'll give you, a person who has been in what they perceive dysfunctional relationships for a very long time. And now their question is, why do I keep attracting the same guy? And I know many of us have been there where we're thinking, or girl, why am I attracting the same guy or girl into my life? Why can't I just find that person? And you get to a place where you realize it's not about those people I'm attracting, but it's actually something inside of me that needs to be healed. And until that's healed, I will continue to attract that person. So when you begin this process of looking inside yourself and saying, what is it that I need to heal in order for me to have functional relationships, specifically functional romantic relationships or healthy romantic relationships, it's not going to be overnight that you're able to heal that. There's going to be a lot of fear. You might currently be in a relationship, so there might be the conflict of, am I supposed to be in the relationship? Am I supposed to let this go? So if you try to make any kind of movement with any of these situations quickly, it's your ego wants to push you urgently and quickly. It's not very loving, because it doesn't work for most of us that way. We need to kind of ease ourselves into the change. So for most of us, it's about taking just one baby step in the right direction, in the miracle-minded direction. So if you're able to say, okay, now I realize that I don't want my relationships to be unhealthy anymore, I'm going to look for guidance. Maybe you get coached. Maybe you start meditating. Maybe you start whatever it is you begin to do. Realize there's going to, again, be a process to this. And it's really about loving yourself through that process. Not wanting to be there already makes the process a lot more loving and enjoyable. And one thing that I was told very clearly as I thought about God, the universe, however it works for you, for me, it came up as God. I thought, when you're going through something difficult, there is no way that God says, okay, well, now you're going through some shitty stuff, so this is the time where I'm going to choose to judge you. Because first of all, God doesn't judge. Second of all, those are the times that I truly believe that we actually receive even more love. Course in Miracles teaches that miracles are performed at times by those that temporarily have more than others. So because of our interconnectedness, we can perform miracles for other people, because at times others do perceive themselves to be in a sense of lack. So I believe it's the same with God. I believe that He's able to give us that love that we might be lacking for ourselves in that moment, if we're willing to choose love, if we're willing to say, I get that no matter what happens, there always is love. It's the only thing that is real, and it's always accessible to me if I choose to say, I'm going to love myself even through this. Why wouldn't you? If there is unconditional love, and God is that unconditional love, and He chooses to love us no matter what, the universe will respond to your attraction and your energy of love and send you more love to support you on this process. So this week, whatever it is that you're going through, love yourself through it, accept yourself through it. Remember that choosing love is really the only way to be. So I hope you have a wonderful week.